Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, there was a conversation with Ark about what Ciel really is, who she belongs to, and, we didn't get much of an idea of what she's fighting for, actually, so I shouldn't think that, but we did get an idea of her, or at least her employers, I guess. Well, I guess employers technically works, let's go with that. But anyway, let's get back into it, shall we?
Well, as you wish, Shiki. Let's talk about anything. If you want to ask me anything, feel free.
Then I'll ask, but just what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire. Was he what you were after?
No, he is certainly part of my target, but putting the dead back into the grave isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. If I left him alone, he would have killed more people to increase his power.
Arcoade, could you explain it so I can understand it? I don't even know if this guy was human or not.
Oh, I guess I never really did explain to you in detail about vampires.
Oh, this fucking scene again. It's long and drawn out.
Nero was sort of an aberration amongst the vampire race, so I didn't really need to explain it all at that time.
What is a normal vampire, then?
What I mean is what you all think of vampires. Immortal, never-aging, sucking human blood, turning that human into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all of that. My enemy is that old type of vampire.
So you mean this enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings?
I suppose. But the killings of all those people by sucking their blood might have been the work of the dead, like the one you saw earlier. Shiki, you remember how Nero's body was made of all of those familiars, right?
Yeah, that's not exactly something I can easily forget.
The dead are like that. When humans have their blood sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood.
Just knocked my table a bit, and hopefully that didn't come up on the microphone. Oh well.
They die, but remain in the world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead, and they are like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it would be easier to understand if I used the word zombie. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti when the white serpent god, Damballa, is invoked to control a dead body. But let's just say a dead body that moves as a zombie, okay?
Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it. So that man was killed by a vampire who uses him as a zombie.
Yes,
Arcoade nods happily. I'm still confused, though. Why would a vampire do that? Killing people, not letting them die, but controlling them. What bad taste.
You're right, those vampires do have bad taste. But that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the beginning do no such things.
Always vampires from the very beginning? I remember. You said there were two types of vampires, those who were vampires originally and those who were humans. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a bit odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who were originally vampires?
Simple. I'm just saying that the dead apostles used to be human. They either gained immortality through magic or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shiki, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up worse games.
A game? What is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys?
I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breathing. For those who are once human but gain imperfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have a reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kind of greed. Their goal was immortality itself, so I guess that's just the way things are.
They're not bored, so they want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Isn't it enough that they won't age or die? Usually in fiction, and this is true especially in, this is just a major tangent, in tabletop games that I've done, and anything involving vampires written in that, the greatest enemy of a vampire, the thing they're trying to fight more than anything else, at least the way that, I make them, is boredom. They cannot stand the immense boredom that comes with eternity and knowledge and power. It's usually why I kind of tend to play them as they toy with their foes and their food and, play with them and make little games for them to do, because they're bored. If I'm not mistaken, that is actually how Strahd operates, because he does a lot of what he does, at least in, Curse of Strahd and Castle Ravenloft and whatnot, is because he's so intensely bored and wanting of enjoyment. He can't stand that he glasses onto anything that he can find that might offer him some kind of enjoyment, even if it ends up leading to his own downfall. Whatever. Tangent over. Do they really need anything else?
That's what I said. They got everything they wanted. After that, there is no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is also another word for death. So they started to wear down, and they started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords of a castle, expanding their territory. I guess you could call it a country of the dead. It seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Arcoade should be one of those, but she certainly does not seem like she has that sort of hobby. Well, we'll change the topic, but the dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, but the majority of them were humans who had their blood sucked. They were immortal, but they could not last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say their immortality was imperfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone.
But if they openly fed on humans, then the existence of vampires would be revealed. Even if they don't, just by being there, they distort the world around them. That would attract the attention of agents of the church, like Ciel.
So you mean
vampires? Actually, that was actually Ark. Oh well. So you mean that vampires can't do what they want?
Yes, if they break their agreement with the church and move about freely, they would be immediately discovered and annihilated. So the majority of the dead apostles make subordinates that can bring them blood as they sleep.
Let's knock my table with my phone. Ugh, I'm an idiot.
Sucking blood and giving the dead body some blood of their own, they create their minions who do their work for them. We simply call those the dead.
So what you killed before was kind of like a soldier for the dead apostles?
Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles controlled the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their parent vampire. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostles can use the dead to increase their power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but those are actually just failures. To tell the truth, there are over 100 victims in this city. But only a small amount, the ones discovered, are the victims in the news. What? Over 100? There are that many that had their blood sucked? And all those people sucked the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves, like that wandering, lifeless thing earlier. That's ridiculous. 3 days ago, I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there, but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood just to increase their own territory. Just without reason, without recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? I don't want to imagine it, but for a brief instant, I imagine Akia being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that this worst case scenario could happen at any minute in this town, and I didn't even have a clue about it before. I knew you would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it, because for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. This is not something you want to hear, is it? That's right. After hearing this, I don't know what to do now. That's right. There is no way I can live in peace like I did until now, knowing that someone I know may become a victim tomorrow. Isn't that sad? Since I found out about it, I have to fight this vampire just like I did. Is that basically Berserker from Fate Stay? That kind of looks a lot like Berserker from Fate Stay Night. I mean, I know the same artist did the art for this. It was it Takuchi something. Fuck, I don't remember his name. Yeah, I'm like 80% sure that is Berserker or exceedingly similar to Berserker and Fate Stay Night. Oh, whatever. Duh. Such a fight. Do I have to fight again like that when it almost makes me go insane? Oh, Shiki, you're making that face again. You can relax. Even though the avowed enemies of the vampires do not have a presence in this country, I'm still here. Didn't I say earlier my presence was to execute vampires? I don't know where this heavy atmosphere went. I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went because Archwade instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember. But you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with you humans, but I'm doing it because I have nothing else to do. Or I don't have anything else to do. She doesn't have anything else to do? I still don't understand her. Well, doing that does bring the dead apostles after me, but you beat Nero who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now, and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she is happy about something. Shiki, why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. I said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days it'll all be over, so there won't be any more victims.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be involved. But saying that line, shouldn't I, the one actually living in the city, say that line instead of Arkawade? Arkawade, can I ask you a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong?
Well, he should be many times superior to that dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been very talented. He has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's a Class 5 by now.
Class 5? I don't get it, but does that mean he's stronger than Nero?
Not a chance. Nero was special. He was a pure, supreme vampire that would be difficult to defeat, even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy is pretty weak.
Oh. Then, there's no way you'll be defeated. I breathed out in relief.
Who knows? A few days earlier and he wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high.
Recovering? Are you sick or something, Arkawade? Are you dumb or something, Shiki?
Yeah, I still have the effects from when you killed me, and I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days.
That's right. The reason why Arkawade is weak, it isn't anyone's fault, but mine.
But it's okay. I'll defeat him for sure, even if it kills me, so you don't need to worry about this city.
Idiot. The one I'm worried about is you.
Hey, why are you worried about me, Shiki?
Her eyes display true confusion. Well, of course I'm worried. I was relieved to hear that this enemy was weaker than Nero, because I thought there would be no chance of Arkawade being defeated. Arkawade. I don't even want to imagine Arkawade getting hurt. It really is weird. Why can't I leave her alone? Certainly, I have the responsibility to bear for killing people, or for killing her. I also feel guilty that she is weak right now because of that. But even if that wasn't the case, I still couldn't leave her alone. I thought about it before too, but as expected, this might have nothing to do with logic. More than the fear that I may even die, the emotion that I want to help Arkawade is much stronger. About what we talked about before, Arkawade.
About what?
You know, about whether I was Senpai's or your ally.
Wait, please, hear me out.
Wait, this is... Yeah, okay. You certainly don't have any common sense. You're selfish, and you're hard to handle. Arkawade looks at me with a sour expression. Ignoring it, I let my true feelings out. But, well, it really isn't boring when I'm with you. I like you. So, can I see it out until that you've defeated this enemy? What I mean to say is, I won't be Senpai's ally, but yours. I steal a glance at Arkawade's face.
Really?
Looking very surprised, she hesitantly returns my gaze. Well, yeah. Even I think there's something wrong with me, but I'm already a part of this. And I can't just overlook the problems going on in the city I live in.
So, you mean...
Yeah. If you're still weak, and if you say you need my power, I'll work with you. I might just be a burden, but...
Yeah. If you help me, then there's nothing we can't do.
Her face beams brilliantly, and she seems extremely happy.
But is it okay? Shiki, you may have to face death again.
I'm ready. And I think that's why I have these eyes to begin with. When I was a child, someone told me this, that if I have the power others do not, I should do things that others cannot. I think this is that kind of thing.
Oh? I don't really know your circumstances. But that sounds good.
Arkawade is in an incredibly good mood. And being with her puts me in a good mood as well. But what do we do now? Do you want to search for more of the dead like before?
Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's many more. The parent vampire will have to come out once they are all destroyed, so we have to hunt the remaining ones for now.
Is that still okay? She asks. Anything is fine. I'm just with you. If you lead, then I'll follow. Well, shall we start again?
No, that's good for tonight. They usually follow a fixed route, and the other dead will probably not be out tonight. Since they are fewer in number, I don't think he'll let them all come out at once.
Oh, really? But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from you, Arkawade?
Basically. But since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and energy of others. So, even though he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the minimal blood he needs.
Sigh. Then, the minimal dead he sent out was that man from before, huh?
So, searching further tonight will be useless, I think.
Well, I don't mind. It is tedious, though. I dropped my phone again, but I caught it before it fell off my lap.
Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious work. We have to find the coffin of this enemy somewhere in this city, so it won't be easy.
Arkawade lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Arkawade?
Let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet tomorrow.
With her dance-like steps, she watches me as she gets further away.
Tomorrow.
Wait, where shall we meet?
Here's fine. The time, yeah, around 10 o'clock should be fine.
With a smile, she makes that promise.
Good night, Shiki. I'll see you here tomorrow.
And, waving her hand, Arkawade disappears. And I think this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to finish off this episode. So next time, we try to get into the mansion. We know how that went in the past for us, both last route and earlier in this route, about how, getting to the mansion at night isn't always the best thing for Shiki to do, or the easiest thing, or uneventful thing. So let's see what events happen when he tries to get into the mansion. Next time on Tsukihime. I hope to see you all there.